Hey everyone, this is Alex or PolymomoTea, and today I have a tutorial showing how to make these candied fruits, otherwise known as tanghulu. And I made these out of polymer clay and resin, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. So this will be my second or third attempt at making a cane. So first I'm just making the kiwi, so I start with like a strip of dark black clay and make it into a snake. And then I'm just going to wrap that around some green clay, and I used a bunch of translucent clays to make this possible. And once I have it wrapped up, I'm just going to gently roll it and then roll it around just to make it smooth. And then cut the cane into a couple of slices, and these will be like this kiwi seeds. Next, I'm going to take some light green clay, and we're going to use that to cut it into a couple of snakes as well. And we're going to place them onto our little seed cane, and I added it in like a couple different patterns. And then we're going to wrap the segments in some green clay, the same green that we used for the other segments. And then on one end, I'm adding some light yellow-green clay to make it a little bit more of a teardrop shape. And then we're going to add little slices of light pale green clay in between the four little variations. And then I'm just going to smooth it down and then try to elongate it. And if you cut out the slice, here we have our little kiwi segment. So then I'm going to take some light yellow clay and cut out a little circle. And then we're going to cut out our kiwi slices. And then add it to our little circle, kind of like a flower. And once they're all added, we're just going to roll it out, make it into a perfect circle. Once we have our kiwi wheel, we're going to add a couple of layers of green on the outside. So first I added a light green, and then on top of that I added kind of a more vibrant green. And then we're just going to roll it out and elongate it so it's a nice cane shape. Next, I'm just going to cut out a couple of thick slices of the kiwi, and then we're going to move on to our next fruit. So I also made an orange cane. So I took some translucent orange clay and pinched it into kind of a petal shape, and I'm going to wrap it around some translucent yellow clay. And then I have two different ones right here. But what we're going to do is we're going to elongate it, make it into a cane slice. So there's really no reason to put them into a petal shape now. What we're going to do is then wrap it around some white clay on the outside. And this will be like the little skin parts that you see attached to oranges. And we're going to cut that into a couple pieces. So what I did next is I attached 3 petal shapes on the bottom, and then added a bunch of little petal shapes on top, and I alternate between ones wrapped around in white and ones just plain. And I just filled in the spaces with some leftover orange canes that I had. And I pinched it and elongated it. And then I cut it into 3 slices and combined them at one end. And then formed it into a half moon shape. Next, I took my blade and cut out an orange slice shape and smoothened the edges. Next for the strawberries, I'm taking some red clay and I'm rolling it out into a rounded teardrop shape. For the little stem, I took some green clay, flattened it out, and cut out tiny little triangles. And attached the triangles coming from the bottom of the strawberry. And I just filled up the inside with some light green clay, just to fill up. Next for the grape, we're just going to roll out a simple oval shape. Perfect, we're all done. For the blueberry, we're going to take some dark blue clay and roll into a ball and flatten it out on one side. Then I was too lazy to make my own star, so I used a little star mold and cut away the excess. Poked a little hole in the star with my dotting tool and placed that onto the middle of my blueberry. Next I have some wire that I'm going to use, and I actually used the wire to poke some holes in the fruit along with wrapping it around some tan clay and rolling the excess so I can turn that into the little stick that it goes on. And here is all the baked pieces, and like I said, I didn't show this step, but I did poke little holes on one of each fruit just so it can attach to the little stick. Next, I just cut off the excess wire and put on some super glue and started attaching my little fruits onto my stick. And just continued one by one until I created all of my little Tanghulu creations. Now to have the candied effect, I just used some UV resin that I painted on each fruit and I let it cure in the UV lamp. And if you want to have a more candied effect, you can add more layers of UV resin at once cured. I just did one cure because I had really thick resin. And here are my finished products. I have the Kiwi one right here, and I love how this one turned out, along with the orange one, or tangerines, and this is my second favorite one. I have my strawberries, which I kept it very simple. My blueberries, which is also simple, and they kind of came out slanted, but it's okay, it has character. And the extremely simple grapes one. I felt like I was cheating when I was making this. And then the combination one, which I lie, is actually my favorite one. I think this one looks the best. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, me making all these different variations of candied fruit. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you all for watching.